got it, man.
All right, pop
You
off.
got it. We're good.
Crack that vino, baby.
Oh, it's not a. It's a.
Ah, that works.
Twist.
There's wine in there.
There is Alianza. Maybe we should pour our delayed guest first.
Yeah.
Thank you, kind sirs.
Pull up.
The fans have been asking for it. They said we need more sporting talk. We said, okay, we got a ringer. We have him just down the road. We'll ask.
He is our first boy.
He is our boy.
He is my boy.
That's a good one.
And I'm finally coming from a win, you know. Fourth time's the charm. I like butchering sayings on here, so let me just say fourth time's the charm.
There you go.
I said to Justin on the car ride earlier, I was like, before the game started, I'm like, I gotta let it be known that like we invited Danny before the game happened.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Let me also say, I accepted before Sporting went too.
Yes.
And then you guys almost scored that second goal, and I said podcast canceled.
Yeah.
We can't do it
Nah, I
tonight.
didn't give a fuck. I'm showing up regardless.
Ooh, that's cold. Welcome to the Portugal Corner, the podcast where we talk about all things Portuguese soccer, the good, the bad, and the funny. It's episode 129. I'm Evan.
Patrick.
Justin.
Chris.
And our returning champion, Danny, from All Things Alvalade. Welcome back.
What's up, boys?
Hey,
Good to be
man.
back as always, you know?
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
Glad to have you.
Crazy week. Huge games.
We're going to try and keep this one under 2 hours, but
For
we'll
sure,
see how
yeah.
it goes.
For sure.
However it goes. There's so much to talk about.
There is.
We spilled the wine. We pressed record. Who knows?
That's right.
It's up to the universe now.
Let's go.
That's
Spilled the wine. We spilled the wine. And Sporting and Porto went to war.
Yeah.
Canadian news. Well, it's also Portuguese. Canadian Marie Yasmin Aladou scores Benfica's first ever UWCL goal at the Luge in front of a record attendance women's match in Portugal.
Yeah, that's my
Cool.
girl.
Shout out to her.
We just keep breaking records.
We keep getting Canadians at Benfica. I like this.
We got to have at least one.
Yeah, I like it. Keep it coming.
Sporting's following the trend. We signed like this 18-year-old. She scored against Benfica, if I'm not mistaken,
Nice.
a few weeks ago.
Nice.
But,
There we go.
you know,
Big game player.
favoritism on this podcast.
And Porto, maybe with the new president, you guys will get a women's team, but who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe.
Not with this guy. Not with this guy. Canada names Jesse Fleming and Steven Eustachio as their players of the year for their performances for club and country. So shout out to Eustachio at Porto.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice recognition.
Deserves it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. It's one of those things where you're like, Davies is the favorite. They're probably just going to give it to Davies for the next 10 years, but
It's not always about where you are. It's about like where you're going, right?
Yeah.
It's come
That's
a long
beautiful.
way. Yeah.
yeah. And then in rumors that I just want to start building steam, Giovinco to York. Let's get this going, people. If you're,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
if you're a fan, if you're a TFC fan, you love Giovinco, tweet at him, tell him to come to York United. We need something. We need to get these Woodbridgers out of the house, come to a game.
What's your budget?
Is this
I don't know.
Are you starting this rumor?
I think
Yeah.
you started on the pod, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
people have chatted about it.
This is some crazy marketing, man.
Yes. Well, hey, man, he's got a house in Woodbridge. He's been practicing with TFC. They clearly said they do not want him. He's already living in Woodbridge. Just come out for a game.
At the bridge?
At the bridge? No way.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Okay. I'd be shocked.
So, yeah, if you're a TFC supporter, you love watching Giovinco, you want to come see him?
Why don't you tell those owners to dish out the money? Then he'll go play.
Yeah, we'll see.
Save the league.
He's got to say yes, too.
He's got to save the league. He can get one of those messy deals where now he's bought into the league.
Yeah.
Except the league is losing money, so they'll be taking money away from Giovinco, saying it's
Yeah.
actually costing you to play here.
Hey, man,
You're in on the league, right? So,
Yeah.
well, you're in on the debt now.
he would be the Messi of the league.
Yeah.
But it'd be great to see. Okay. Enough Canada stuff. Let's get into Champions League. Benfica win a meaningful Champions League game as their 4 points ties them with Salzburg, but is the unlikely hero Arthur Cabral that saves them on goal differential when they win 3-1 to go to the Europa League. Wow, guys. After that weekend when Arthur Cabral was flipping everyone off.
Coming into this game, I'm like, do we even want this? It's not something I really care about or want anymore. They've changed my mind. I don't want Europa League. And then we're winning the game 2-0. I said, we're going to go in the Europa League. We're going to destroy this fucking league. We're going to give us anyone. Manchester United, what was the other team? Liverpool. Manchester United didn't even make it.
Nope.
Liverpool, give us whoever you got. So, good result. They played okay. They scored the 2 goals. Then
Olympico.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, Di Maria?
Kind of not
Yeah.
like the coolest Olympico, kind of like a lower one, but still,
Pretty
it still
sick.
goes in.
An Olympico's an Olympico, you know?
Yeah.
Goal, yeah, you could have had it. You swiped at it.
Yeah.
He did a swipe.
Sorry.
They're doing a lot of those near post headers lately. They've been trying. Looks like that one finally went in.
He's like, just shoot it close to the net. Maybe it'll pop in.
Yeah. Thomas Arijo had a nice game, filling in for Antonio Silva.
Yeah. Looking promising. Looking good. Rafa
Yeah.
had a lot of chances. Blew them all.
Yeah.
Typical.
Other than that, hey, we got the 3 goals. Well, we weren't going to go through until that 90th minute goal. And then once it happens, wow, Artur Cabral, the man. People in our household were upset that the changes weren't made earlier. Why did we wait so long to put on Artur Cabral? But yet, Patrick
Still doing
said,
the late subs?
it worked out perfectly. He put him on at the exact right time.
Perfect.
If
You
that's
don't
when it worked.
want too much Artur Cabral.
No.
Yeah.
5 minutes and he gets you a goal. Perfect.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Let me just quickly say, I'm one to say that if Benfica's out of Champions League, the better. Like, I know there's a lot of coefficient snobs. I'm not one of them. My hate runs deep. But
yeah,
I
me
am
too,
glad, but I am glad that you guys made it through to Europa, give Portugal some coefficient points. My highlight of your Champions League campaign was João Mario getting a hat-trick and nobody giving a flying fuck about it because you ended up tying it.
Yeah.
So.
When the
Also,
blow-
Thank
all
you.
those goals were shit. They were just like tap-ins.
But hey, a hat-trick nonetheless.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. I'm so glad.
Yeah, that was a disaster of the half after that. But we're dropped into a competition with Sporting
And Braga.
and another team that we're gonna get to. So
Yep.
it's gonna be mighty interesting.
Braga lose to Napoli 2-0, but the UCL Keeners Real Madrid refused to roll over and die to Union Berlin, meaning Braga make it through to the Europa League. That was nice. Nice to see.
Yeah, and people thought they weren't gonna be able to hang with Real Madrid and Napoli, and I thought they hung in pretty well. I mean,
Yep.
especially against Real Madrid, those 2 legs. So looking back,
Napoli they tied the
can
first
be-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always going to be a tough group for them to get out of. They stayed. They hung in there with them. They got 3rd. Good.
Yeah.
To a German team, too, that's never easy either.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for Portuguese teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Man United lose to Bayern and drop out of Europe altogether. Copenhagen goes through 2nd in the group. Gala in 3rd. Remember a year ago when Ronaldo was scoring all these crazy goals and got them through? Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, he dragged that team through.
Yeah.
That was a bit of 2 years ago. No? Oh, was it
I
last
don't
year?
even know.
No, it's like 2 years, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all-
last year they went to the World Cup and then he was already gone. He said sayonara.
No,
Yeah.
what today is he left in January though.
Yeah.
So today is the anniversary of the World Cup final.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Well, cheers to that, everyone. Happy Remember Messi Day.
I don't want to remember that. Fuck that shit.
Remember when he put on the bishta?
The Beast?
The
Is that what it
bishta,
was?
yeah.
Bishta?
Or whatever it is. Yeah, bisht.
I
probably.
remember Mbappe fucking carrying France in that game.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Great
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah.
Thriller at the Dragão as Porto and Shakhtar get to 8 goals. Galeno bags 2, Taremi and Chico score, and Pep once again breaks his own record as the oldest goal scorer in the competition. Despite their great form, they go through in 2nd due to the head-to-head record with Barca. And if you want, you can purchase some memorable items from that game.
Oh.
Porto are selling the net from either end or any of the corner flags.
Oh, get a corner flag.
Yeah, it's only 425 euros. And if you're a socio, it's 382.50.
Good
that's
deal.
There you go.
How fast can you become a socio? That's easy,
Oh, you can
right?
sign up right away.
Yeah, there you go. Drop the price down.
Yeah, but being a socio costs money.
Yeah.
So,
No, you just get the flag and get out. That's it.
okay.
No, but you got to register. There's a registration fee. People got to get paid,
The
Chris.
scouting process.
Yeah, so that you want that
Trying
net
to
or
scam
what?
Porto or something.
I don't want the net. I just want the corner flag.
Okay.
We're the Portugal corner. We care about corners.
That's
Yeah, corner flag. That would
There
be,
should be a corner flag somewhere in
that
here.
would be a
Yes,
big
facts.
get for us.
You
Yeah.
can. You're pretty creative. You can make one of those.
Corner flag?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
just like a yellow pole and a blue.
How about this?
flag?
How about I just buy a corner flag on the internet, tell you I got that one?
Yeah.
You would know the difference.
It's like what your bar does when the guy's autographing all the photos in there by Michael Jordan. It's like, yeah, sure it was.
no, it's Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky signed all his memorabilia.
That was top secret information.
You weren't supposed to tell
No
anyone.
one knows what bar you work at, Chris.
But yeah, great game. Lots of goals, man. That was fun. It was a fun last run in the Champions League. Or at least for the group stage. In Group F, Dortmund finishes first, PSG in second, AC drop to Europa, and Newcastle go back to England. That group was wild, man. All those teams were like, anything could have happened. I think Dortmund clinched first, but then third, second, and fourth was like up in the air.
Yeah, I'm sure AC Milan and Newcastle are both disappointed to go home or go to Europa. But we're happy with that. Newcastle can F off, new money, and AC
Newcastle, new
Milan
money.
can come down and battle it out with us.
Yep.
Yeah, get gritty.
Yeah.
Sporting tie up their Europa League group stage with a nice 3-0 win over Sturm Graz, thanks to a Gyokeres goal and an Inacio double. Big man in the back with two.
He came off the bench too,
Fucking guy.
got two. Yeah, man, it was a great win. It was chill.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Ruben even started half the guys that he started because it was just a bunch of our starters before Porto. But it is what it is. The Swede doesn't stop scoring, so long
He's
may
an
it
animal.
continue, bro.
Inacio, I heard Inacio's bio clause is not that much.
I think it's like 60.
Dude, someone's going to come
Nothing
for him in
crazy.
January.
Yeah,
Oi.
if you know what I mean.
Yep. Champions League draw happened today.
Yeah.
Porto get Arsenal,
Oof.
which, I mean, you guys
No,
did,
yeah, you guys
did
can do
last
it.
year. We could do
You know,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're only first place in the Premier League right now.
Get Eustachio score from half like Pote.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can make it happen.
But Arsenal have Fabio Vieira. He knows all the Porto
True.
secrets.
Oh,
Damn.
Forgot about that.
wow.
They have an inside man.
He knows where the bodies are buried. Some other great games in the Champions League. Napoli Barca looks pretty good. Inter Atletico.
Yeah. Underrated, I think, is Leipzig Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leipzig can put up a fight. Madrid don't look that great. Like they're,
No.
you know, like especially in the league. Like,
But they
they're-
just keep doing it. That's the thing. It's just like-
Jude.
They got Bellingham.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
Belly goal.
Jude.
But I'm gonna say what Danny was coming on and saying a couple of years ago and probably last year is that wash competition.
Facts,
It's all about the other one. It's all about the
Facts.
Europa League.
Europa.
I mean, this is what. Look at these matchups here.
But for the rest of the Champions League, like Lazio Bayern doesn't look that good. PSV Dortmund, Copenhagen City, like that's not. Well, it's not what it used to be.
No, you got to wait till the quarters and then the semis, and then you're just having usually big clubs, and there'll be one that sneaks in there. Maybe this year will be PSV or Sociedad could even take out
Well, yeah,
Paris. So
what if there's an
This is-
upset? Copenhagen can beat City. They got Diogo Gonçalves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be like a one. Yeah. There'll be like one dark horse. I don't know which one it is yet, but we'll see who it is.
It will be Porto.
Yeah, I hope so. I kind of hate
Yeah.
Arsenal, so.
Yeah. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, you have that in common with Mourinho.
Yeah, exactly.
For the Europa League, Sporting get the young boys fresh out of the UCL. You guys
Yeah.
are going to Wankdorf Stadium. How are you feeling?
Listen, I woke up this morning, and I love when I wake up and I see young boys, you know?
Young
I thought
boys,
and you had a wank door.
and a wank.
And I had to go to Wakedorf. Whew. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey, man, it should be. You guys can do it. That's not.
Yeah.
Sure, they're good, but like, you know, that
No,
good.
100%. They are a Champions League club, to be fair. But yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, my podcast was going crazy about us going to second and catching like a Champions League team, da-da-da-da-da. So for it to be young boys, you know.
Yeah.
glad-
I mean,
I'm
could have
sure
been AC
nobody's
Milan.
complaining.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Bad.
Exactly. Could have been Feyenoord too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. Feyenoord, they're playing Roma, Jose Mourinho. And one of our listeners, Jack Hacken, he said Feyenoord gets Roma every fucking year.
True.
They can't get away from Roma. And then I think even Lazio, they just like can't escape this city.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be tricky for Roma too, because Feyenoord is having a great season, aren't they?
Yeah. And Jose Mourinho, him and his boys, his young boys, they keep bringing up. There was I think in this game this week, he played this like 19-year-old kid. And it was his debut and he scored a goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's a very emotional moment. everyone lost.
One
it.
of his boys.
He
One of
likes
his
giving
boys.
the boys a debut.
His
I mean,
first boys.
within the same line of thinking, one of his boys apparently is not Ronaldo Sanchez because he brought him on the 46th minute and then took him off 20
Yeah.
minutes later.
Yeah.
He apologized to him publicly though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He did that tactically or whatever his excuse was, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
That wasn't even the first time he wasn't even injured. He just took him off.
Yeah, he's not one of his boys.
No.
Sanchez was like, "What the fuck, me?"
Yeah.
Braga gets Quarabag. Anyone know where they're from? I know we've talked about them in the past. They get
Quarabag?
Europe.
Is it?
yeah.
False. It's actually
Azerbaijan?
yeah, there you go. Are they considered Europe or Asia? I think they're like Israel in that case. Sorry, let me
Eurasia.
bleep.
No. Let's not talk about any of these countries. Hello.
Eurasian.
Yeah,
Yes, there you
let's
go.
call them Eurasian.
And then Benfica draw Toulouse from France.
Oh, I know nothing about this team.
It's been
I
a
think it's
while.
ours to lose.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it is. I just like, it's going to be, I just don't enjoy the idea of like playing on Thursdays, then playing on Mondays. Usually we're going to have to be a lot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like,
Maybe.
ugh.
No, I probably get Sunday games. Yeah, it has been really annoying to balance the Champions League games with the league games because everything big teams get pushed to Mondays and Fridays, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'll probably be a lot of a Monday games in the second half of this season.
Yeah.
Like even today,
Maybe.
fucking
Yeah.
classical,
A classical
on a
on a
Monday.
Monday
What
is
the fuck was that
ridiculous.
shit?
Yeah.
Weird.
I ain't mad.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Just a reminder, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe wherever you get pods. We're back on YouTube, so check us out there. Take some time to leave a rating and review. We are on Palma Radio, Palma Talk, Portuguese radio station online. They got podcasts going 24/7 on Palma Talk, so check them out. And then finally, join our Patreon for some exclusive content. Yeah, it's not too much. It's like $3 a month. Give a shout out to some to these brothers doing the show.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey, Bob's your uncle. All right, Danny, all things Avalad, give him the shout out now.
Yeah, sure. All things Avalad on all other platforms. And that's pretty much it, brother.
All right.
OnlyFans coming soon, but
Hey.
be on the way
Nice.
for that.
All righty. All right, into the Portuguese League. The big game today. Porto and Sporting 2-0. Gyokeres scores 1 and then assists Pote's goal later on. A lot of drama. What are you thinking?
Where do we
First
want to
thoughts.
start? Let's start with the lineup. What do you think of the lineup, Danny?
Crazy on my perspective.
No
'cause,
Coates.
no Coates. Eduardo Quaresma comes in, which is just crazy because he's
a
never
boy.
starts. He's a boy. He's a young lad. A young boy, if you will.
I always liked him.
I have too, but Amorim doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, and he's small
Never
as a
plays.
center back, to be fair, as well. So I was a little nervous with him coming in. I
Yeah.
kind of questioned it. I mean, he loves putting Ishgayu in at center back every now and again.
You don't
and
want
the
that,
fact
though.
Stupid.
to be honest, when the options were weighed and like Ishgayu at center back or this Eduardo Quaresma at center back who has barely played this season,
Right, yeah.
I think I'm picking Ishgayu. But, I mean, it worked out. I mean, clearly, you know. Yeah.
But
You guys had him like running as a winger.
yeah.
I
was
believe
amazing.
Amorim said after the game, Coates got hurt on like the last play of training. before.
Yeah. So this was like a last second switch.
Yeah.
I was listening to that too actually on my ride here where he was saying that, and he said that it was just easier for them to just move Diomande centrally and Eduardo Quaresma because he's been practicing on the right to substitute for Diomande. So it was just easier for them to have that rather than switch up the whole
Backline.
yeah, the whole black line, the whole way they play, all of that. So I guess they were just planning on having Matheus Reis as a left wing back anyway. So, I mean, yeah, in hindsight's 50-50. So, like, you know, it panned out. But it was a little crazy of just that one move because everything else, I mean, everybody, I think, predicted Jenny had to start. And if Jenny starts, the other wing has to be a more defensive-minded player. So it was Matheus Reis. No complaints with Pot and Edward starting. I'm kind of sussed out on this Swedish guy. I'm not quite sure about him just yet.
Still not sure, yeah.
Still not sure, but so far so good. You know, it's panning out.
Got to keep him around for a bit longer.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
Porto had some surprises too. I mean, João Mario coming back from an injury, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I feel like he hasn't been the same. He hasn't been in the same like vibe that he was last season. I think I'd rather have Sanchez out there. I've been liking him the last couple games. But when it comes to the big games, like, Sergio just likes to play like his fucking guys. Like, there's no changing. It's like it's not a surprise, even if he's been playing the same lineup for a while. When it comes to a big game, he's like, no, this guy's going to play no matter what.
He went with Zaidu.
He went with Zaidu.
His reliable dudes.
No João Mendes, no Jorge Sanchez. I want to see those guys.
Yeah, going with Zé Pedro nowadays. And
those other guys are cooked.
Yeah.
Game
Cardoso.
starts. We were at Rosa Branca, me and Kris. Our friend walks in. Jason with his Porto jersey sits down beside us. Him and his dad are just going on. They're like, Porto no joga nada. They can't get the ball out of midfield.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah.
And then winning the ball high up the pitch. And then Gyokeres just does his thing.
He's such a brute, and I love it. Right? And he has this one move, and I think I heard Sergio mention it too. Like, they worked on it.
Right.
All he does is he drags it on his right foot, and then he smashes it. And it's at this point, I mean, if you're paying attention, it's so predictable, but it's so hard to stop, I guess, right? Because they were expecting it to.
When he got past Pep, I was like, that's a goal.
He's cooked. Yeah.
He
Me too.
manhandled
His
Pep.
shot is lethal in the box.
And he
Yeah.
goes near post, interestingly
All the
enough,
time.
too.
Yeah.
He does do
Accurate.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goalie's not expecting it. They're expecting far right there, and it's fast.
Fast and low on the ground.
And a lot of Portistas in the bar are going, they thought that was handball, eh, Kris?
Oh, a lot of them are calling handball.
Almost, but yeah, it
Really?
wasn't.
No, because Sergio goes handball first. He points to his
They
hand.
follow whatever he says.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, Sergio must see that it's handball. They check the screen, obviously hits him right in the belly, and it comes down for him, lays down. Pep got cooked. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to see, honestly. Even though I'm neutral in this
He's
game,
40, man.
even though I'm neutral, it's nice to see Pep get absolutely cooked.
It's nice, but it's not, because at the same time, you want him to go out in, like, grace as well. I like Pep a lot, to be fair, right? But, I mean, and today, I'm actually super glad to see him getting cooked. Don't get me wrong. But, it sucks to see Porto's back line being sucks as a Porto fan, I
Shambles,
bet.
man. They're in shambles.
It's horrible. I don't know who your best back line is right now, right? So... And I'm sure
not these guys.
Sergio is probably asking himself the same question too.
Yeah.
Like, what center backs do I put in, right?
It was halftime, and we saw that Porto actually had more post the bola, and we were like, how? And when you think about it, you're going, well, Sporting was like kind of letting them have the ball up until midfield, and then on them.
Yeah.
Then they were like grabbing the ball. Then it's like, you're not going to go this way. We're going to get it from here.
Yeah.
And they did it time and time again. They kept doing that. Counterattacks, and then a beautiful second goal. I mean, this goal was right out of a playbook. That second one.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to see that in a movie, I would have said this movie's too unrealistic. To be quite honest with you, like, that was super. One thing also on Quaresma that I think also maybe threw Porto off by surprise too is how quick he was to attack that the runner. Right, I don't think Coates is that quick enough to run and grab the ball and push the line that high. He's more, he'll chill more back, and then when Quaresma wins the ball back, passes the ball, gets it back, crosses it perfectly to Gyokeres.
Yeah.
Dude.
The boy was in tears.
No doubt. Oh,
in
yeah.
tears.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the Portuguese league just had to snatch that moment away from
Yeah,
him.
you
which
guys
is
confused
crazy.
me. I was like, wait, that wasn't a goal. It was disallowed.
He got disallowed.
He got Chico Conta sound is what happened there.
Yeah.
Well, when they were doing the VAR check, everyone was like, "Oh, something's offside." I'm like, nothing looked offside.
No.
I'm like, that was textbook, like beautiful.
Yeah. He was running. I guess he clipped João Mario, but I don't know, man. To me,
He
that's
wasn't even looking at him.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's my main
Yeah.
thing too. And it's like João Mario also tries to get in front of him. Like, if you're trying to get in front of him to stop the run, and he just runs past you, how can you call a foul on that?
Yeah.
Personally, in my opinion,
That's
but-
disgraceful.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
honestly that's a terrible call. That is a brutal call.
Well,
Yeah.
Jean Mario did that on purpose. He's like, I'm gonna put my ass in this way, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna fall.
I'm gonna fall down.
Check it. It was a foul.
Yeah.
Short little bald guy on Porto bench comes out and says, "Hey, you gotta check this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sergio Conceição wrote that up in his plays.
Yeah, I don't know how the fucking referees came to that conclusion. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he touches him and he falls down, but like, it's by no means a foul, and let alone to call a goal off for that. Like,
Yeah, crazy to me too. The thing that almost pissed me off was immediately after that, Porto get like a header that should be a relatively easy save, but I do have a dad in net, so most of the times it isn't relatively easy. And I thought that was going to be the 1-1, and that would start the downfall. I'm glad I'm wrong. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm sure in an alternate universe that happened, and I'm over here with like a big Malone over here saying like the Portuguese league is corrupt and all that good stuff. But I'm glad in this universe where I exist, it finished 2-0. In my eyes, it's 4-0. But
That call could have really ruined the game.
it could have.
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think going into the halftime, Sporting up 1-0, and look, hey, I gotta say, I'm no Sportingista over here, but I've seen them in past Clásicos with Porto get too riled up about the shit housing,
Yep.
and then lose their way and kind of the thing. But then what happens is actually they come back out, and I don't know what Ruben said in the halftime, but they stayed together and they did some shit housing of their own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We took a little bit of the dark arts that Sergio Conceição, has been
Yeah.
teaching throughout the years. So
That
I'm
witch
glad.
doctor stuff.
You know what I
know?
said? You know what I said? I said, what was it? Jason's dad said, I think he bit his own lip, and I said ketchup packet.
I actually said that too. I thought that too. Like, oh, there's no way he hit him that hard
No.
for him to like start bleeding like
Yeah.
that.
And he went down. He put his face. He put his
Yeah, he
face in
was
the
just
field, and
rolling
maybe he
around.
like fuck.
That's crazy. Mateus
sure.
Reis is a kind of shit disturber.
Oh,
He
of
is a
course,
shit
of course,
disturber.
He is.
of course.
So Gyokeres, I think, gets a handball. Pep sees the handball. He says, "Okay, it's ours." Tries to grab the ball on the floor. Mateus Reis comes up behind him. Pep hits this motherfucker with an uppercut, hard as hell.
It was a slap. It was a slap.
No, he had his closed fist.
Oh yeah.
Might have got like some wrist action on the contact.
It
but-
was a nice backhand.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
his closed fist, but
And hey, Mateus Reis had that coming from a couple games ago when he was being a little bitch. I still remember that.
But you know what, Jay said, what's he doing over there? He's trying to. He gives Pep almost like a shot in the back at the
does.
exact
Yeah.
same time.
he
he's
wasn't
trying-
innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does shove Pep first, which nobody seemed to want to look at. Nobody cared about that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think there was much in that shove though. He was just
No.
kind of like came up behind him.
He started it.
But he's
did,
trying to
but-
stop the play from progressing quickly, right? So he's
Yeah.
trying to block the ball. To be fair, I hear you as well because he is the one starting the shithousery. But you can't be swinging like that. Like the fact that he's like clapping afterwards when he gets the yellow, you're fully swinging. Colby Covington, are you watching? Because you didn't swing like that against Raheem Edwards this weekend. So lost
a
me
UFC
money, you
reference there.
prick. But anyways,
So he
Pep takes ones for the team.
yeah.
takes one for the team.
Yeah.
Red just gets
Yeah.
red carded out of the
That's
field.
okay.
Takes a red.
He's out, and then game goes on, and eventually Sporting get a second goal in there.
Okay, game continues
Yes.
for 20 minutes before Sergio Conceição makes a substitution. He's down a man. He doesn't change shit for like.
Yeah.
That was a weirdly long time.
I think
Yeah.
he trusts these
And then
center
he,
backs
and
he has
then he,
employed.
and then he subs on Nuno Santos, who has a yellow card
No,
already.
that's Ruben. Ruben
That's
did
Ruben.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
But on that point though, because
Yes.
you're right, because he subs off
That was the
Eduardo
next sub.
Quaresma, who has a yellow, for Nuno Santos, who has a yellow that was on the bench. And in my head, I'm thinking, you trust Nuno Santos on a yellow more than you trust this kid on a yellow?
Yeah.
With 10 men, like down to 10
Yeah.
men? That's crazy.
I was so sure
He was gonna
Nuno
catch a
Santos was
red.
gonna catch a
Me
red.
too, me
and
too.
then boom, we're back in
That's
it.
fine. I wonder if that's ever happened. Oh, yellow on the bench and then no yellow on the field.
I don't know. Do you think? Yeah, I'm sure it has. But
Maybe. okay.
Do you think
Maybe.
Ruben forgot that happened, or do you think he was like, "Fuck these guys"? Because I think it was more like a "fuck him, I don't care. I'm gonna put him out there and he'll probably score." And I think he was trying to score
Yeah.
again.
But yeah, there's
Yeah.
no worries. Like Porto wasn't threatening at all.
Yeah, up to 10 men too. I don't know if he might have forgot, to be quite honest with you, and it was just part of the game plan. Could have been that.
No, someone's got to. If when you're making ready with the sub, someone's got to be
Yeah.
like in his ear, like telling you.
He probably spent 14 minutes of the 15 talking to Mario. Please, Mario, only play the ball, no yellow. But yeah, and
So then the second goal finally comes, right?
Yes.
the pot goal.
Yeah.
Gyokeres was like a playmaker too, not only a
Yeah.
goal scorer. He
He's
was
underrated.
setting things up. So many attacks.
Yeah.
He's the
This goal he
Otani of
sets up.
Sporting.
Well, when he does, I mean, because they got to put two guys on him, and then
There's a
they
guy-
all go this way. There's a guy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
That-
also constantly running up that left wing as well. He's like a makeshift winger at times too, especially when Paulin comes on. Like Paulin's just in the center trying to win the balls, and Gyokeres is playing wing, which is crazy because he's constantly running. He's constantly chasing down mans. Like it's unreal. I can't believe the 1 year I'm gonna get out of him has been this great.
Best player in Portugal, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right now.
without a, yeah,
He's a menace.
yeah.
Who put that first ball into him for the second goal?
It was Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny beat the man, I think, and then put the ball through, and then he squared it to Pot.
I love you, Jenny.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the chance that João Mario got against Braga.
Yeah.
And he just hit it so lightly. And it was so easy to save.
Yeah.
This one Pot, he finished it very well.
He made sure.
But Pot could have had at least 2 in this game too. That one went wide.
Yeah.
It happens, I guess. But
Yeah, he hasn't been setting the world on fire. That's for
no,
sure.
No.
But they do their celebration. What'd you say, Patrick, about this celebration? There's some news.
Yeah, he said that if Sporting win the league, he'll reveal what this celebration means.
What can it possibly mean?
I don't know. It means something. I said it reminds me of Bane.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
That's a beautiful goal. I thought,
They're expecting someone in the wreckage.
I thought it was just like how they talk to each other, so like their lips can't be read or something like that.
And they use Bane voice.
And they,
They have to use Bane voice.
What do we think this means in terms of like the league?
They're 1 point
Like,
ahead of Benfica.
1 point.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
One or two?
gonna keep the
One.
same energy that I had when I came here and Sporting lost. It still means nothing, right? It's nice to get the win. It's nice to be first by ourselves. Don't get me wrong, especially as Sporting. Once we start losing, I feel like the downfall was imminent if we were to lose this game. It's good to steal 3 points from Porto finally. Took us
7
long
years.
enough.
It's been a
Fucking
while.
hell, yeah. Took us
Crazy
long
long
enough.
time.
So
Thank you. Finally.
yeah.
Except it's the year where you're in first place. Like
I don't mind. No.
Yeah.
I think Sporting can take first place. I'm not scared of them. They're the biggest bottlers.
oh,
Exactly. No, we are. That is true too. That's why I'm saying
I'm not
this
scared
means
of them
nothing.
being above us by
Yeah.
1 point.
It's
Yeah.
like as much as it sucks that Porto lost, I am happier that Sporting took the lead rather than like us drawing and neither of us have the lead and Benfica's in first.
oh, you guys, hey. All right. But for Sporting, what I said coming into this game was that I think these are starting to matter not for Sporting winning the title, but for Ruben Amorim's legacy that he's
100%.
going to leave after.
100%.
Oh, this guy never beat Porto. He never won the games against Porto. In the league, yeah.
We beat them in the Taça, the Liga, and I think Taça Portugal as well. I can't remember now, but yes, it is big for him too because he does. I mean, even just the record against Benfica too in the league is not the greatest either. Like he's drawn quite a bit. He's lost a few. He's maybe beat Benfica once or twice in the league. That I can remember. Maybe once. Porto now only once. But it's big in the context of this season because, like you said, Sporting and 100% correct. Sporting are the biggest bottlers.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them.
Exactly. So for us to at least win a Clásico, especially when we bottle it 2 minutes into the with the Benfica game, we
Yeah.
bottled the draw against Braga, even though we dominated them from start to finish. The Guimarães game, I mean, little dark arts with the referee there, but we still lost. That's still all that matters, right? Adan still got beaten near post. It was only 1 penalty. It wasn't 3. It was big for us to get this win. So now all is looking up, but now the worry is, as a Sporting fan, as a guy who for 28 years has seen his team bottle it, I hope this high isn't too high where the next game, whoever the fuck we face, which obviously is going to be a lower caliber than Porto, we don't just drop points then and then there goes our first place.
Yeah.
We got to keep the momentum going now until May or whatever.
As good as they look, I think they'll drop points some places, and
Yeah.
we can catch them.
Yeah.
And Porto, it looks like shit too, so I'm feeling
Hey.
good.
Here's the thing. So with Sporting, I feel like this year at least Sporting have played the best in Portugal, but we're still there for the taking because we don't score as much as we should. For Porto, it's like they're playing shit, but they're still winning games. It doesn't even matter.
We're winning, we're not
You know?
scoring, and
They'll consistently win, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
back line is just
Well,
always
when you get
changing.
calls like that second
Yeah,
goal
you know what
getting
I mean?
called off, I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And listen, let's not talk about the last goal called off was even more scandalous. Well, almost just as scandalous, I'd say. The last one where Bragança shoots it.
He hits the leg.
He hits like I think it's Varela puts his leg in front of the ball.
Yeah.
But Bragança is shooting the ball, and then Paulinho just picks it up. He's onside. He scores the goal. They call Paulinho offside. Checks the lines, nowhere near offside. So then the ref's like, all right, we
It's a
got to
foul.
call this ball back somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the screen. Look,
Like-
find something.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I gotta say, you're trying to shoot the ball, but you hit the guy's leg who puts his leg in front of you, the ball. Yeah, no, it's a foul. Got to bring that back.
Even at that time, I was like, what are we doing here? It's the 93rd minute. You're up 2-0. Just give them the fucking goal.
It's scoreline. They don't want it to look too nasty on Porto.
Yeah.
Porto can't lose 3-0. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Should have been 4.
Pedro Porro at halftime too tweeted like you know Porto can't go down 2-0 in a halftime too. That's I like that. I miss that guy.
They'll never allow it.
Yeah.
So then at the end, Ruben Amorim has some words there for Sergio. What do you think he's saying over there to Sergio Conceição?
At first, I was like, they're friends. Oh, yeah, it's okay. And then Ruben Amorim started to get mad.
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim's not letting go of that hand. He's like, I got more shit to say to you before you fucking walk away.
He almost like kind of tried to punch him or push him.
I don't think he tried to push him, but
I don't
He got
know.
angry.
oh, he was the one talking. Sergio Conceição was not talking; he was listening.
Only at the end
Who
did he
else?
start.
Hugo Viana was there too.
Yeah.
He's always in the thick of it.
Yeah, I don't know, but at the press conference I was listening to the press conference on my drive here, and the reporter asked Ruben about like a comment that Sergio made after the game about how it was that Sergio thought that Porto, even with 10 men, weren't dominated, like they still had their go.
We had some chance. We scored.
They
there was
did.
the goal that was
there was the goal
offside.
that was offside. Yeah, and that 2-1 changes everything. I
Yeah.
think too, because the Sporting start getting nervous, the crowd starts getting nervous, etc. But yeah, the reporter asked that Ruben about those comments, and Ruben said, the fact that Sergio's already talking after the game, after a loss, is already good enough. Like it's fine. Hinting that usually Porto like take the media blackouts after the games, etc., etc. So I didn't know there was bad blood like that either until like. Really, like it's coming out. Like they hated each other apparently as players too. I remember listening to it. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, but their careers didn't overlap that much. I don't think they played.
No,
the
they
same.
did. They were in the
did?
Celeste song at the same time, more or less. They're like the same generation of player. Maybe Sergio's like a little older,
Sergio's definitely probably got like 5-6 years on him.
Yeah, Sergio is
but yeah.
bit older, but those Tasa games where things were getting heated, like these two teams hate each other.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And also Sergio played for Porto. Ruben played for Benfica all these years too.
Yeah.
Like they for sure crossed paths as players.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, huge points, man. Huge points. Sporting in the lead, Benfica in second, Porto in third, and Braga in fourth now. Guess I'll move on.
It's about Benfica.
Benfica beat out Braga 1-0 despite being absolutely assaulted by the Quarrymen. The Lamps are saved over and over again by Trubin. Single goal is scored in the 3rd minute by Kasper Tangstad. Bro, that game was wild. They walked out. They had like fireworks going. They had gladiators. They had so much flair and shit. Braga were ready for this game.
The pageantry.
Yeah.
They had some
Pageantry.
like warrior guys dressed up in armor.
Yeah. Well, bring it all
That was
out.
trying to intimidate us, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got Otamendi, so
You're facing the biggest club in Portugal, the Stadium Tacheu. Of course, do a little show for everybody. You guys sold out. It's nice.
right.
I love it. So they play
They
the
play.
lineup. They're starting to play with my midfield, my preferred midfield, which is João Neves and Kokchu. And today I actually yesterday I actually like what Kokchu did. He was there. He's doing his nice passes. He's actually the one who finds Kasper right in the beginning of the game.
He's great at the through passes and like
Off that
forward passing.
turnover. Very similar to what Sporting did too, winning the ball high up the pitch, finding those open spaces.
Oh, we had so many breaks and like attacks.
That first half especially, I thought
Yeah.
Benfica killed them in the first. You guys could have been up 2-3-0.
Oh, yeah, we
One
should
hit
have,
the
yeah.
bar. Di Maria hit the bar. I think in the first half too.
Yeah.
Otamendi, they're
That Di
trying those-
Maria bar looked crazy. Yeah, we just smashed it off that bar.
Yeah,
Braga got that nice, Rafa got that nice
yeah.
chip goal. Got called
Yeah,
off.
That was offside. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought we were. I mean, people were saying we couldn't believe that game. If you only look at the second half, sure, but in the first half we did what we had to do.
Yeah.
I like the defending. I thought they defended well.
Yeah.
I wasn't too worried about Braga. The only time I was worried was the Bonza at the end.
Yeah.
And Trubin made that amazing save where he's going like the other way and he stops it with his other leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was great. And he
That
had
was
so many good saves.
Yeah, and he had the other save against I
Art, I
believe
think, right?
Jallo against
Jallo.
Thiago Jallo, the curler. I mean, if he gets that one a little higher up the net, it probably is not being able to be reached, but it was low enough that Trubin can save it, and he makes a save, and that's great.
Yeah.
And I think even more importantly than the two saves, I mean, not more important than that foot save, because that was incredible, but the way he comes out on crosses, much more assured than some other goalies we've had in the past.
And loose balls too. He grabs them. He's big body. He bodies people.
There was a loose one where it was coming down and he like batted it almost like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Batted it down and then to himself and he fell on it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where like Otamendi was in the way too, and he kind of pushed Otamendi out of the way.
Yeah, absolute man of the match by far. There was another instance where Braga was kind of on us. This is around like the 72nd minute or something. Braga's like on us for like a good 5-10 minutes straight, and he fakes a head injury. And great, just like kind of break up their momentum, slow this game down. He was fine. He was absolutely fine. But that's just like a veteran move, even though he's a young kid, right?
Especially when there's so much pressure on the net.
Oh yeah, you can't. They were bound to score, and it didn't look like at this time in the game we were going to score.
So you're saying fake head injuries? The way to go. That's what you're saying.
You see what these Benfica fans are pushing?
That's what you're promoting.
Disgusting club.
I'm saying
Fake head injury.
I'm saying it's a smart move. It's a smart move. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Class.
I think in the second half, Di Maria disappeared for a while. Like he didn't do anything, and like he should have just been pulled off for Gedge, who can run a lot, defend. And when Gedge came on, he was doing very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just it was a little bit more of again, more of the same late subs, but the team just has those same problems that we've had all the first part of the season. The Morato João Mario side is non-existent. That can't do anything. Morato thinks
Going
he's
forward,
like
it's terrible. Yeah.
some kind of Brazilian, I don't know, guy who can cross and go up, but he's really just there to play defense.
Yeah,
he gets stupid yellow cards too, and then puts him in a weird position.
I thought he wasn't too bad. He did some good things defensively. But yeah, he's out of position.
Yeah,
and going forward, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just gotta like limp into January, and hopefully in that first week they buy someone to be ready for the first game back.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
I feel like I don't remember a time when there's been like such obvious holes in like so many of the Portuguese teams that you're like, if they just buy a player to fix that spot, like they'll be a good team. Like that's how I feel about. I mean, Portugal's got a couple. They need a center back, and then probably a left back.
You guys are freaking cheese, man. You got holes everywhere.
I know.
Swiss cheese.
We get a center back and a left back, and I think we'll be okay. And it's like you guys need a fucking left back, and then
Sporting need a goalkeeper desperately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, you guys are looking pretty good. I really think Sporting is gonna fucking run away with it this season.
Run away with it?
No, it's not run away.
I think so.
Calm. Keep us humble.
Hey,
he wants to jinx you.
Yeah. I know what you're doing here.
Yep.
Called in the beginning of the year. I said 1-2 Benfica Sporting, and it's still looking good.
I agreed with you, by the way.
Yep.
I was there.
So about this game, it's massive to beat Braga. There was one polemica, one controversial one where I believe it was
Musa stepped on
Jose Font's foot, but it was like bang bang, and then Font got the yellow card, and I would have said
he did get a yellow.
Maybe give them both yellows, but if that would be the more fair thing to do, but Font got his yellow, which was kind of
Musa
funny.
got the ball. He got the touch on the ball,
and they stepped on his foot.
Now, were you guys happy to see Musa off in the 60th for Tankstead? Or did you want more Tankstead?
The reverse.
Tankstead was good.
Musa on for Tankstead.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know. Yeah. I would say that Tankstead is almost like Di Maria. The both of them need to get going at the same time. Otherwise, Tankstead is like he just fell away too, right? Like he had 60 minutes in him, it looked like, and then that was that. So.
And once it was getting like late 60s into 70s, we're probably just gonna hold this 1-0.
Yeah.
Put Musa out there to run.
Just
and,
run around.
Maybe step on some people's feet.
He is good. He does do that a lot. Clumsy.
Well, he got a red for
that
it
guy.
earlier. Yeah.
I think Benfica's unsung hero, but he gets not unsung because he gets the credit at times. But Arsenis, I think he's like constantly like up there with one of your best players.
Yeah.
Maybe he's never like man of the match, but he's always like second or third in that list. And you fit him in anywhere, right back, center mid. He can probably be your striker and you'll be fine.
Imagine if he played the proper position he's supposed to be.
But what is it at this point? I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a utility
His best
guy.
position. Yeah.
He's a utility guy.
I don't even know if I want him to take like Kokshu's spot or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Or João Neves. Yeah, that's
João Neves was great too.
Yeah, João Neves was great. I like Rafa. I know like a lot of people complain about him missing and stuff, but Rafa is still so explosive.
Yeah,
so
I like it. I like him. Yeah.
There is some times where Rafa just picks up the ball somewhere like right before the halfway line and is able to carry it almost to the other box. And that's good enough. That's moving the ball from one end to the other. It's like not losing the ball, right? He's getting it over there.
Yeah, if
they can't score from their own box. So
if he's running, doing all these chances, Braga's not having chances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And let me just repeat it one more time for the people at home listening. João Mario did miss a tap in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just wanted to repeat that, just so everybody remembers.
Hit it very weakly.
Dude, that was embarrassing.
Trash.
Rafa,
Tap it in.
got that chance for him, and then he blew it.
Yeah.
Bonza still sitting in first place for goals. Gyokeres got some work to do there.
Could have had the lead cut to 2 instead of 3 today, but
He's been
the league.
The way that he's been playing that can change in one game.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a couple games he's got goals taken away from.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
All right. Any more on Benfica?
Well, I'll say one thing about Braga. They're still in it too. It's nice having a 4-team race. But one more thing about Benfica is, Ric Flair had an old saying, is to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Porto lost to us, Braga lost to us, and
Here we
Sporting
go.
lost to us.
And they're still in second. That's crazy.
A couple draws against tough opposition.
Yeah.
I would say Moreirense and Ferenc are better than Braga, Sporting, and Porto.
I mean, Moreirense does play in green and white, you know what I mean? So, like for like there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, all in all, the first part of the season for us,
Yeah.
it's just wild to me that people are coming for our manager when it's like he's doing the best with what he has. He's
doing
making
fine.
Arsenis play
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
He's helping. He's putting Morato. He sees training every day. You know what I mean? He's seen what Jurasek can do. He's seen what
he's done.
some other guy can do.
Who's the Spanish guy? Bernat.
True. Barely.
I think he might have got injured.
Yeah, maybe. And that's the other thing, too. Benfica's been dealing with injuries all season, from the get-go. So,
Yeah, we haven't had Neres all year.
yeah, true.
You guys are just
a few weeks.
you're just a placeholder for injured PSG players. Bring in
Yeah, true.
Draxler. Bring in
Gedge at this
Bernat.
point.
Yeah.
We're taking some chances. Yeah, we're taking some chances. One might come good, and then what?
Yeah.
Yep. Moreirense scores 5 as they beat Porto Mayhem 5-2. Lots of goals there. Casa Pia beat Chaves 3-1. Clayton scores a brace. Chaves keeping the last place warm at the bottom of the table. Steven Vitoria. Sad times. Back at the bottom. Came from Moreirense, went to Chaves, and now he's just back at the bottom of the table. Is he
I
going
don't
to get
think
relegated again?
I don't think he plays anymore
Might.
for them. I'm not sure.
He's playing on
No,
the
he
weekend.
hasn't. Yeah, he has.
He has.
He started off not starting for him, yes, in the season, but he's started playing for him. For Chaves, I should say. But that rumor that you had earlier about Giovinco.
Yep. Oh, fuck, yeah.
I mean, you
Reach,
start with
bro.
Giovinco, but you settle for Big Steve. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
I think he could play on TFC.
we need a fucking
yeah,
defender.
facts. I mean, who can't?
I don't know if
Me
he
and
wants
you
to live
can
in
play on
Toronto.
TFC this year, bro.
Root Gil Vicente 3-0 with the last of the Mohicans securing a hat trick against the Gallos. The Yellow Submarines jump up from last to 13th place and leave Jill in the drop-off zone. Game interrupted by a pupper making his way on the field. Little dog was running around in this match.
That's always fun.
Whose dog is that?
I don't know. He had a collar and everything.
So someone lost control of their dog.
Yeah.
That person should be charged.
I'm always
it's
shocked.
fun.
Like, are animals allowed in the stadium? I don't get it.
It's pretty lackadaisical, probably.
I can't bring a backpack to fucking BMO, but these people can bring their dogs and cats. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
Oh, they're living the good life over there.
you know what I mean?
Does that dog pay a cover charge?
Just running around.
Takes a piss on the corner flag. That's the corner flag they're selling too.
It's a nice dog.
Goalie tried to catch it.
Juke them. This dog should be my running back for fantasy football.
He's just having a nice time out there.
Nice stroll.
It's a nice pitch, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. A nice pitch and a nice bitch.
Jota Silva starts the party for Guimarães as they take on Boavista. However, Boavista ties the game late, ends 1-1. The team's 5-game losing streak is finally over for Boavista. They got a point. They finally got a point.
Mm-hmm.
Petit just had to leave.
Guimarães would have been fourth had they kept the 1-0, by the way, too.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, overtake Braga.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. They're right up in there, too.
Yeah.
Portuguese Grealish garnering some interest from the Dragons. They look to part ways with Veron. But again, like, Why is this in the news? We need a backline. We need center backs. Like, why are we thinking about strikers? We got like 4 strikers.
Didn't you guys just get Ivan Jaime? You don't even play him?
We haven't play him. Veron, we haven't been playing all season. Apparently, we're going to send him back to Brazil now.
Fran Navarro.
Yeah, barely plays.
Yeah.
He came on today for a bit.
Well, Jota, this Jota, if he goes, he has to be benched for half the year anyways, because that's Sergio Conceicão's rule. So it's really a signing for next year if you guys get him in January.
Yeah.
And then I would just say that it'd be a good move for Jota. It makes sense. He seems like a Porto player more than a Sporting or a Benfica player.
Yeah,
if he was gonna move.
He looks like, just look at that picture. It looks like it's already. It doesn't look like it's photoshopped or anything. You know.
Right.
He kind of has the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you photoshopped that?
Nah, that wasn't me. That was
And
floundering around.
More
on the
rumors,
internet.
Evan? How many rumors are you going to put out
it's
there?
rumor day.
Rumor day.
And I was just gonna say it was a nice goal by him. It was like almost a
little flick.
karate kick towards the goal.
We love
He's
karate
definitely got a
kicks.
spot on Guimarães for the rest of the year.
Without a question.
Yeah.
It was questionable earlier, but without a question.
Yeah.
But Aruka, man, Aruka's been in last for so long. They've jumped up. They're out of the drop zone.
Yeah.
So nice to see that.
Yeah, I was
Especially-
expecting more from them, and
They're finally
they're coming
ready.
back. Yeah.
They're ready to do it.
This tastes like shit, right?
Is this the bad wine?
No, this is a cider wine blend.
This tastes like shit, right? All right, to the Premier League. Chelsea's NFL superstars Cole Palmer and Nico Jackson beat the Blades 2-0. Big win against Sheffield there. City think they were running away with the game against Crystal Palace, but senile citizen Roy Hodgson laughs in the face of Pep as the Eagles equalize in extra time to secure a single point apiece.
I had City on a parlay again.
Oh, Danny.
Listen, I don't understand what the fuck it is with Manchester City. It's every time I bet money on them, they decide to lose, and everything else will hit. And it's like the one where you think, by the way, where the odds are like ridiculously in Manchester City's favorite, where I'm thinking like, okay, this will be secured. I'm more worried about Leverkusen or Dortmund, Bayern messing me up or whatever, like, Estoril messing me up or something. No, Manchester City. What the heck?
Danny, guys, cut the podcast. Danny's parents come in. This is an intervention.
I got a gambling problem.
This is we brought you here just to do an intervention on
you
your
only
gambling
got a problem. You only got a problem when you're losing, and I'm up right now. So
Okay, you're up. All right, keep going, brother.
we got another parlay afterwards with NFL, but
Was I don't remember. Was this in City or was this at Palace?
I can't remember. I think this was at City. I think it was City
I
Palace.
feel like City have a problem playing away at like small stadiums.
Shouldn't matter. None of them have fans anyway, so either or, it's the same thing.
But man, crazy to see Roy Hodgson back and fucking winning.
Yeah.
Well, not winning. I guess they tied, but Grealish,
Felt like a win for them.
Yeah,
definitely. Raul Jimenez hip checks a Newcastle player in the head, leading to an early red card. Newcastle would run away with the scoreline as they defeat Fulham 3-0, ending their good run of form. 2 back-to-back games, 10 goals, 2 5-0 games, and then Jimenez just fucking floundering in someone's head.
Puts his butt in someone's face.
Yep.
Kind of like a hip check, no?
Yeah.
Hip to the face.
Do you think this man would respect a good brain injury?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But no.
He's running out there like a Raul without a head.
Everton win their 4th game in a row as Sean Dyche as the Toffees popping off. 2-0 win over Burnley. We got a nice quartet of Portuguese guys there now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man.
That's a watch.
None of them start.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, none of them play. Andre Gomes, who knows?
I don't know what that guy's up to.
I think he's still injured.
They say he's injured. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good hang. That's a good bench hang. You guys all in the same language. Looks like they're having a nice time together. Mm-hmm. Then they get upset when one gets pulled up to go to the game because they're like, oh, our buddy's leaving. He's gonna go up.
Oh, they cheer for him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Everton been crazy. Just turning it around after they got that deduction. They've just been empowered.
Yeah, galvanize the team.
Yeah. Wolves lose to West Ham 3-0 while the game was still at 2-0. Sarabia got called offside. A lengthy VAR review. It's like barely offside, man. I feel like England just fucking hates Wolves. I just feel like the Premier League doesn't want them to succeed.
That's a crazy offside. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I feel like England, they're too deep into this VAR. Like, they'll check if the player clipped their toenails or not too often, you know? So
I like the Arsene Wenger point of view where it's like you're only offside until you completely pass.
that's a little
the
crazy,
player.
though. That's a
I think it
little
would be
crazy.
more entertaining.
What about like a ruler, 30 centimeters?
Because then how do you just,
Could be
what if it's
30 centimeters
31?
offside.
Then you're still going to be having that thing of there's 1 centimeter offside.
I'll
What
take
you'll
it.
have with the thing will be like the hockey rule, right? Where you'll have guys like put their foot here and like keeping their foot here.
Yeah.
Stretching their legs. I don't know if people know what
Here.
hockey is, but there's like there's a blue line and you can extend your step and stay on side like that. So then I think it should just be feet, because the ones with head and shoulders, it's like that you should be allowed if you're able to keep your feet behind the other guy's feet, but
Yeah.
you know that's a skill.
I think it's still like, if it's 10 to 20 centimeters, you know, you give the call on the, like, if there's not a clear overturning, it should be like the NFL. If you can't clearly overturn it, their call on the field should stand. So that way linesmen aren't like completely obsolete, because they should still, you know, linesmen lives matter.
Right.
And then,
That's right.
you know, and you know, if it's too close, like if it's within 10 centimeters, you give the goal, you know,
Yeah.
like there shouldn't
Just
be.
have a gray zone of like 15 to 20
Yeah,
centimeters.
exactly.
No, I agree. Yeah, Man United get berated by Liverpool for 90 minutes, and then Dalot gets a red card. 0-0 game. I was very excited for
Kris,
this.
your account?
Yeah, snoozer. I mean, Liverpool had a lot of the possession. They were up there and they, you know, couldn't pull the trigger. Varane played a game of his life.
Ooh.
So, I mean, kudos to him. And I forget who else played. That was another center back. It was a new center back combo for them. But they just parked the bus. It's boring to watch.
Yeah.
Frustrating. That was their chance to keep first place.
Onana got some saves, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I thought he was a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you look at it and you're like expecting so much of this game, but like from a Manchester perspective, like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
They didn't drop. They didn't lose.
Yeah.
They didn't allow a goal. It was the first time Liverpool didn't score at Anfield this season, and I mean they didn't get fucking crushed like they did last time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. It's not a loss. So for all things Manchester United, other than the Dalot red card, not a terrible day out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that red card in just a minute. But Kris, you had some inside info about Bruno Fernandes in this game, I
Yes.
believe. And who gave you this info? I just want to say, because we tweeted about this and people did not enjoy it. But what happened there?
Well, I mean, you know, his actions speak for themselves, right? He acted like a little baby at the end of the last game. He's never done anything like that before, obviously. And yeah, I think he just didn't want to play this game.
He gets carted out last week, and he doesn't have the chance to play against Liverpool.
He gets accumulation of yellows, so he's suspended from this game. But you
Which I
first
don't
heard
think
this
he's
theory.
ever done. Which I don't think he's ever done.
You've heard this theory from who again?
Hey, do I ask you where you get all your crazy ass fucking theories from?
He doesn't keeps asking you. Say it. Who told you this?
Because you said it at the.
Another Liverpool supporter, a friend of mine.
There's a guy at the bar, right?
He's a friend of mine. He's a coworker.
Okay.
Jesus.
What does it matter?
It's just like
You always say, my friend tells me this, my friend tells me this. Why are your friends more fucking credible than my friends?
no, they're
Where do you
not.
know them from?
No, but
How much soccer have they watched?
Did
No.
you talk to them at a bar?
I usually say it's a guy at a bar. We always about citing your sources, right?
Yeah.
I
Citing
just
your
wanted-
sources is super important.
Very important.
You thought it was an insane person at the bar.
Yeah.
It was
most
a
people
credible
are.
friend.
Most people are.
I think this is an insane accusation that he would do this and not want to play a big game.
That's what I think too.
I was raising a stink, all right? Why am I on trial here, guys? I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun with the whole situation.
No, it's like a fun thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Dalot, he puts up a stink at the end of the game.
I wish there was more camera footage of like his second time going at it, right? He got the first yellow for dissent, and then like the camera's completely off him and he gets the other one.
He must have said something
Yeah.
about his mother, the ref's mother.
Probably.
Who's a lovely lady, by the way.
Yeah.
I've met her.
Jeez. Nice.
Also,
Congratulations.
Darwin does something crazy. Doesn't he smash into who's the guy he smashes into? He like elbowed some guy as hard as he could, and then he got a yellow card, and then he told the ref to go fuck himself, and there was no like second yellow there.
That was
just like
that was evil Darwin that day.
yeah, evil Darwin did
came
that.
out.
But that's just playing hard. I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous that the ref would decide that that's what did it.
I forget that ref's name, but that guy's like, he's such a wiener. Every time that ref
I think
plays,
it was
it's like,
Michael Oliver.
yeah, I don't like that guy. I hate when that
No.
guy does big
Yeah.
games.
He's the guy that fucked over Porto in the first Barca game too in
Yeah.
the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't like when that guy does big games.
No, should be fired. And then also Arsenal beat Brighton Hove and Albion. They jump to first place. They take top spot.
Take it back.
Goals from Jesus and Havertz puts them up there. Then yeah, Aston Villa in third. How did you feel about the Arsenal?
It's good. They usually lose to Brighton at home too. I think like the past 3, they've lost. It's a tough game. Well, they took Trossard away from them, and now they're nothing. But yeah, it was a good performance. Odegaard, class as always.
Yeah,
Havertz though with a goal.
Yeah.
That's
Hey
huge.
man, he's good.
No,
He had a
is.
rough start.
Yeah.
paying it
Rice,
back.
amazing.
Yeah, heard
Signing of the season.
Oh yeah,
Anywhere.
worth
yeah.
100 mil for
Of
sure.
course, yeah.
better than Scott McTominay.
Definitely.
I don't know about all that, but
There's that. People are comparing him to Douglas Luiz on Aston Villa, saying
those are
Oh, yeah.
crazy comparisons.
Arsenal wanted Douglas Luiz before. Yeah.
good option.
I guess it's going to be third place from Portugal facing first place in the EPL, and that'll be interesting to see how much
Wow,
better the
true.
Portuguese league is than the
Yep.
EPL.
And listen, the Brits, if Porto managed to beat Arsenal, you have to understand Arsenal are going to say their same rhetoric as last season. We're going for the league. We don't care about this competition. Ma, 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 la, 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 la. And then they're going to bottle the league again. Sorry, Patrick.
That's all right.
They're going to bottle the league again. And then it's either City or Liverpool, like my boy Mourinho said this morning. So
I don't think City have it in them this year.
I think Liverpool have it in them,
Liverpool definitely have it in them.
you know.
Hard to. I've been saying it the whole entire season. It's hard to defend that after this performance on the weekend, but yeah.
I mean,
It's
I don't
tough,
I don't
though.
think it was a bad performance.
Yeah, you guys were unlucky not to score, and
Yeah.
it's a derby at the end of the day. Like United were up for it. They didn't have Bruno to be shouting at the players, so maybe the players were more comfortable on the pitch or
little
something.
more chill,
You know what I mean?
I mean, Johnny Evans was out there. It's hard to beat him.
Legend.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
wild.
He actually has some crazy record that, like, even though he doesn't play that much for United, whenever he's on the field, they've won like 90% of the time.
Wild.
Like, it's a weird, crazy stat like that.
And I'm still not. I think City will still like win the next. How many games there are left, and then boom,
Go on a
like, they
tear,
still
and then
win the
everyone else is
league,
going to
yeah.
drop the odd point.
That's the only other thing with Arsenal and Liverpool. It's just how this City team is still so good. It just feels like they're not even like trying. Like they want to see like how far back of a difference can we make until we like really hit it.
They want to make it interesting.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they haven't got out of second gear all season yet,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. And everyone's forgetting about Villa.
Yeah.
Villa.
You guys want to forget about Villa?
Never, man. You can never forget about Unai Emery.
Yeah.
I love him personally, so.
In Italy, Roma get beat on the weekend and jumped in the table by Bologna in a 2-0 loss. We mentioned Renato getting subbed off within like 20 or 15 minutes of him coming off. But yeah, they've been on such a roll. Then they run into Bologna. That's the end of the good fortune.
I know. And the man still has time to go on the Obi-Wan Kenobi podcast.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Great listening. Get some Jose Mourinho stories. He didn't talk at all about Porto in that interview, and I was kind of mad.
They didn't ask.
They didn't ask.
They
And it's a
don't care.
former Chelsea player. It's going to be more Chelsea stories
Yeah.
than anything else, right?
It was more, but I don't know. He got into it about, I guess it's more Premier League based, but he talked
Yeah.
about his time at United. He talked a little bit about Spurs and stuff.
He loves throwing shots at Spurs, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Loves
I don't
it.
blame him either, but he loves
They have an
throwing
empty
shots there.
trophy cabinet.
Yeah, exactly.
And they fired me 2 days before a final.
Exactly.
There's probably some clause that, like, if he won a trophy, they'd have to pay him so much, or they like had to keep him on for a certain amount of time.
I just think they wanted to sack him, and they just knew if he somehow won them a trophy after decades of not winning shit, and they still sack him, it's either the fans are attacking him or Mourinho's just like killing Levy every opportunity, which he still is. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but imagine if had he won a trophy, it's crazy for Levy.
They didn't have shit talking rights forever.
Yeah.
Lyon back in the starting lineup, registers an assist as the Black and Red win 3-0 against Monza. Lyon managed to play around 70 minutes.
Yeah, just another guy, just like Man City, hasn't really got out of second gear this year, feels like.
Yeah.
He just got injured, right?
Yeah, he's just coming back. So at least he's playing. In Germany, Fabio Carvalho says he wants home for a rest. Dissatisfied with the lack of playing time in Germany, he wants to be recalled to England and possibly loaned out somewhere else. I want to see him in Portugal. Bring him home. Bring him home.
He doesn't claim us as his home anymore.
He needs to spend some time, play for Portuguese team, get in touch with the culture.
He wants England?
He just seems like a brat now. He seems like a Gio Reyna brat. Like, who wants this guy?
Hey, why don't you text this guy to go over to TFC or European?
Yeah. He has a face of a Braga player on loan, you know?
Yeah.
He's got that Braga boy look. Man, that'd be a fucking fantastic send.
Him and Ronnie Lopes off the bench. That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw some of the players Braga was putting on against us. I was like, holy shit, these guys have a better bench than Benfica.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lopes came on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't remember.
Abel
Pizzi
Ruiz came on.
Yeah. Pizzi was dapping everyone up before the game, though. He remembered all these guys.
Those are his guys.
He's a personality hire, too, for Braga, I think. You know?
For sure, yeah.
In League One, PSG think they will end Paulo Fonseca's undefeated streak after a single Mbappe goal. However, Joe David strikes late and saves the Dogs some dignity. 1-1 draw. Joe David scoring again. Not the most spectacular goal.
Someone had to put it in.
You got to be there.
Yep. But yeah, Paulo Fonseca with his big impressive streak keeps going. It's like 14 or 15 games now without a loss.
That's big. What are they, second?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
In Spain, João Felix scores on Valencia to put Barca up by 1. The Bats would, however, turn it around as they also draw 1-1.
Are Barca going to keep Felix?
They're trying
Every
to.
other week,
so.
I hear two different. Like 1 week, he's never staying. Then he scores against Atleti, and then he's going to stay.
Yeah. I think they'd be stupid not to buy him.
I'm with you too. I thought Chelsea was stupid not to keep him.
Yeah.
And they didn't keep him.
Yeah. He's still getting subbed out for Lamine Yamal every time I look at the box scores.
They
They want Lamine Yamal.
Sporting director Deco nudges Sergio Conceição to take over at Barca after Xavi, which I feel like is really early to talk about because I feel like Xavi just got there a year ago.
What's wrong with Xavi?
I don't think there's anything wrong with Xavi. I don't know why he just won the league. Why would you even think about replacing him?
That's not a good fit.
Imagine, Conceição ball at Barcelona. That's
so weird.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pep getting signed at 41 to Barcelona would be crazy.
Yes.
After his history with Real.
Madrid,
Saudi, not too much happened. I don't know. I didn't really check on it if Al Nassr was playing too much. Al Ittihad got knocked out of the Club World Cup.
Ah, shit.
Yes.
I think they played Jota a little bit. He got some minutes.
There you go.
Did you guys hear about this new Club World Cup thing that's happening next year?
Yeah, Benfica and Porto qualified
during the summer, and Benfica and Porto qualified. And
it's like bigger.
It's essentially they're doing the Super League, but UEFA's like, we're taking the money. And it's like, I don't know how many more games for all these players during the summer. It's wild.
I like a Club World Cup where like Benfica might play Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, that's
maybe
kind
we'll
of cool.
destroy them.
Yeah.
Or shamefully,
maybe Freddie Montero gets a goal against Benfica, bro.
Oh, maybe.
He's still there.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup.
So I haven't read too much on. Is this like international friendly still? Or sorry, not international, but is this still like
friendlies?
It's going to be in the summer and it's going to be hosted in the States.
And it's going to be right after the season.
Okay, so it is basically a friendly.
Yeah, but it's I think people want to win
it's a
this.
trophy.
It's a big trophy, yeah.
Dude,
It's called the World Cup.
Yeah.
Gonna be huge teams there.
That
man.
journalist from Chicago Fire, when they were asking Schweinsteiger, I don't know if you guys remember that, about Schweinsteiger winning the World Cup. This is what she was alluding to the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Look
don't
back to
remember that?
Schweinsteiger getting signed by Chicago Fire.
Oh, okay.
They asked him if they think Chicago has a good chance of winning the World Cup.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, you mean the Club World Cup? And then, anyways.
Other news? Guys got anything else?
Yeah, I think Jose Peseiro was on a podcast recently that you tweeted about.
Yeah, he wants to get signed by Benfica, and I'm all for it. I think Benfica need to get rid of Schmidt. Enough schmitting around, and Jose Peseiro's your guy. I think he's going to lead you guys to the glory land, which as a Sporting perspective is relegation, and I'm here for it.
Hey, thanks for the recommendation. We'll take it into consideration.
Thank you. Giuseppe, put me on your resume, please.
We'll put the resume in the pile, yeah.
Stonk of the week? Do we have one? Is there any fucking impressive goals?
Big shots.
No big shots really this week. No blasts.
No.
What's like a nice goal?
It's a dud.
Yeah, I'll go for Gyokeres. Just goal.
Hey,
The short side?
He smashed it.
I want to do goal of the week, but Yeah,
Don't call it stonk of the week.
Okay.
All right, doesn't get the honor.
Gyokeres. Juan Wonder. I mean Pep, right?
yeah.
Throwing punches.
Oh, Eduardo Quaresma.
Oh,
I'm here for it, brother. I'm here for it. I
shout.
wasn't even thinking that, but I'm here for it after that performance.
What other Portuguese players? Jota?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, not really.
He just scored a nice goal.
He scored one. They tied.
Yeah, they tied.
Yeah, Pot got a goal. He played okay, but I'm leaning more towards Quaresma. I like this.
Quaresma.
I like his performance, yeah.
He shocked. He impressed.
Yeah.
He inspired.
I like how I saw your tweet before the game. You hated him playing.
It wasn't
and
a
then he
hating.
surprised
I
you.
did say,
Well, you were
wow,
surprised, yeah.
what a curveball. And
Yeah.
it was, in fact, a curveball. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, admittedly. I didn't love it, but you're definitely right. It definitely took me by surprise.
He showed you.
And I'm glad to be wrong. I
Of
still
course.
have an apology letter to Victor Gyokeres to write up on the internet. So that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't want him.
It's not that I didn't want him. I was more so worried about the price tag.
Ah, yes.
Because, it's a lot of money for a
Coventry.
a little club. Yeah, and going to Coventry of all teams, like who won't look good at Coventry scoring goals,
Yeah.
And he came in, everyone thought he was thick, but we have the real thick boy, Artur Cabral. Gyokeres is fit as hell.
Nah.
Yeah,
It's
he's
thick.
a beast.
Gyokeres moves well.
He's the thickest. Thick Vic. That's
Thick
what we
Vic.
call him in my parts. So. Your boy's picanha, but my boy is thickness.
So thick is like good. It's a compliment.
It's great, actually. Yeah.
All right. Quaresma?
Sure.
I love that. I love
You do
that.
have anything? No.
Hey, I thought he played
Maybe the
great.
referee of the game. He can be João Wonder, but we don't usually do that.
All right. Thanks once again for listening. Hit us up on socials at Portugal_Corner on X, at the Portugal Corner on Insta. Join us on Patreon. Listen to the. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Listen to Palmer Radio or YouTube. Email us at theportugalcorner@gmail.com. Subscribe wherever you hear podcasts. And Danny, all things Avalad.
Yeah, all things Avalad. We have a podcast. This is going to get posted on Tuesday. So today, out right now with a Porto podcast.
Ooh.
So it's going to probably get heated.
The boys from Porto Podcast in English.
Exactly, yes.
Rui and
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah,
Nice,
exactly.
nice.
Exactly.
Nice. Those guys are
Can you
good.
ask them if Taremi is a Porto legend for me again?
You've asked them already.
I will.
They think so.
Noted, I will.
Yeah.
No, they do think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've asked them before. They said yes.
What do you think
What do you
about
think?
that?
What's your take?
I'm here for that conversation, to be fair, actually. That's a good conversation to have. He's been there for a few years, scored a few goals.
Yeah.
Big goals too.
Been part of
Yeah.
some big teams, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not going to be like remembered.
But I'll tell you what, Eduardo Quaresma, not scared of him. Had him in his pocket.
Yeah.
No one up front did. Evan Nielsen too.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
They just
he's
couldn't get the ball out
his
of the
form is
midfield.
terrible right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's like when you think about legends, it's like Michael Phelps, Taremi, like they're all legends of the diving, you know. So. Hey,
Yeah.
wait, Oh, too far?
No, that I like.
No, we agree. I think that's what like the biggest like stain on his career. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you?
It's like Lord Voldemort, Teremi, Masters of the Dark Arts, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, he's definitely a legend in my eyes.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons. Yeah, call it there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Have a good one. See you all next week, folks.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
As always.